Is it that bad? Is it what? Huh? Dak!
I was doing this. That guy hit so hard here. You don't know. This is what he looks like after his choke job.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Birds section.
Yeah.
I got Philly 500 in the building. What is happening, people? You know what I'm saying?
What's
Philly? What happened? Who was you with?
I was celebrating so much, swinging my glasses around that I got stuck.
No!
Dak Prescott got stuck.
No!
This is what Dak sees during a big game.
Yes. Yeah.
This is what I call December Dak look.
Yeah. Listen, I didn't believe it until I got him, and it's like, now I see why Fart does why Fart Holmes does is like that. I can see it now. I get it. Yeah. So
that's December Dak. December Dak. His eyes don't move.
Oh, Philly.
Yeah,
listen. A revelation. This is a revelation. I can see it now. I understand why he do the way he do. I get it. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta fill me in.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, I'm looking through the Dak goggles too.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dak. Yeah. I thought you meant Mark for a second. Yeah, Dak.
I understand why Mark. Yeah. I understand why Fart does that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why he defends him like that. Yeah.
During early September, October, the eyes move all nice. They all go. Yeah. Once December gets in, it gets stuck.
Yeah. December comes.
Here we go. Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna keep him stuck like this. This makes so much sense. Now I know what the hell Dak's looking at. Here we go.
Oh man. Philly brother. So tell me something. What did you learn over the last week or so? When it comes to that crazy of a fan base, the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, come on.
Well, here's what I learned. I learned that Leo and Philly 500 are always right. We're always right. I mean, I'll go back to that. I'll go back to the right after the Dallas beat the Eagles, right, and going on Cilio's show. Mark is loving it. Cilio's loving it, making out. Well, here's the thing. I said to them, what's the date? What is the date? And he's like, November, whatever. I said, it's right. December 1st hasn't gotten here yet. Because as soon as December comes, the Cowboys are now on the clock to choke. And it didn't take long. They go out and they choke against the Minnesota Vikings. Just like we always say. And here's the funny thing, right? Next week they play the Chargers. You watch Dak and the Cowboys play great. No pressure. When you add the element of pressure to Dak Prescott, he's not the same quarterback. And that has been my argument.
You have 10 years. You have 10 years of receipts.
That's right.
The interesting thing too is that I was just talking. We were talking about this last night because we were like, I said, Marcus Blackman, he's a Cowboys fan, and he said we were talking about Philly 500. And I said, Marcus, I said, let me explain something to you. Okay. I said, for years, okay, Philly 500 would say shit like, and soon to be Philadelphia Eagle, Micah Parsons, right?
Yeah.
And I said, Marcus, he would say that shit just to fuck with him, to fuck with Mark.
Yeah.
Because it was Paul. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at no time did he ever really think that shit was going to actually be real. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I said to him, and Fells was on here. You know what I'm saying? Fells was on here. Mm-hmm. I had a few people on the stream when I was telling them this. And I said, the wildest part about it is that never in a million years do we think that shit was actually going to happen until they reported how hard Howie actually tried. So you mean to tell me Philly 500 came this close to accidentally being Nostradamus?
Right?
Do you
Yeah.
understand if that would have happened?
Oh man.
Do you understand what that like? Everybody's head would have fucking exploded.
I know.
Do you really
It
like?
was close.
I was like, and I said, I said to him, I said, listen, I said, Marcus, I promise you, I talked to Philly about this shit. We laughed about it because it was like we didn't actually think that shit was real. He was saying, you know, like he was fucking with Mark, but he wasn't for real.
Yeah.
Until we found out how hard, and then we found out, and I said, and mind you, we found that shit out after we found out about Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
That was that, like it was, you know, like, you know, so and he didn't, and neither one worked, thank God. Neither one worked, but the fact that our GM is on the phone like that, it still makes, you know what I'm saying? It still makes.
I know. Yeah. He's going to do whatever he can do, right? I mean that's what you got to love about Howie. I look, I've had my issues with Howie where I've been like, yeah, fire him, get rid of him, he stinks. But at the end of the day, you know, and for selfish reasons, especially for doing this stuff here, I wouldn't change him for the world, because he does stuff. He's active. He's going to do something. He's going to think outside the box. You know, I think that's what Howie is really good at thinking outside the box, you know, and thinking not like you look at these coaches, look at these teams, the coaches and how they operate their teams. You see all these coaches, they just go from one team to another. It's always the same thing. They all follow and do the same exact thing. It's the guy that does something different that works, that totally screws up everybody else. Perfect example is we've been talking about for the last few years that the running back position is dead. It is dead.
And then we brought it back to life.
Right. And we brought it back to life because Howie was smart enough to know that every team has built their teams to play against the pass and to throw the ball. If we can take advantage of this great offensive line we have and put an actual really good running back in, teams aren't built to stop that. And they're not. And I still don't think they're not now. We've just struggled and not been consistent.
Yeah, real quick. Shout out to Eagles Drew with the $2 super chat. Salute the 2 Philly Kings. Go Birds!
My man.
Appreciate you, Drew, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
I got a few of my.
If you want to bring people on or something, man, I'm all good. It's don't feel like you can't bring your people on for me, man.
No.
I'm more than happy.
No. I'm keeping you all to myself. This ain't the only time.
Right.
I promise my channel.
Yeah. Of course.
There's going to be other times where where we're going to all be able to get to you. But today, you know what I'm saying? This is just some light work because I know you got some shit you about to get yourself into because I know in the next 45 minutes or so. You know
let me tell you. Yeah, let me tell you. It's like these guys walked into some shit. Do you remember when we talked during I said this is what I was talking about. They're setting themselves up, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You
know, you think Mark's going to be eating some cream cheese today? I think he needs it. You know what I mean? Because the only thing soft is the Dallas Cowboys.
Listen,
you know?
I can guarantee you a few of his minions are in here right now.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And they're going to go run back and they're going to tell Mark, Philly 500 and Leo were on the bird section with the glasses and they was teasing you. Here you go. Yes, we were. Yes.
He's lucky. I mean, he's lucky, dude. It's been insane.
Yes.
It's like this week for me is insane, dude. He's lucky because I haven't had a chance to sit down and edit this and edit that and do all that stuff that he does. It's been hard.
Do you not understand how much? And I told you this. I was like, listen to what he says, the way he said it, his wording. You know what I'm saying? When I kept telling them, I told them all, we both did. I said, hey, at the beginning of the season, y'all are just a tune-up team, a get-right team. You're not even going to the playoffs. I said it. You know what I'm saying? and that pissed them off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
And
yeah,
because you hear it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah,
and then I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, see, I told you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get your shit together or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, probably the best thing that probably happened to us was losing to them the way that we did. We now know it wasn't them. It's not so much that they beat us. It was us.
Yeah.
We couldn't get our shit together.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that was The one thing about this team, and you've been watching, a long time like me. I in the history of football, I've never seen a team that can literally, you could say, they could lose out and it wouldn't surprise me, and they could win the Super Bowl and it wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way this team
There's
is.
No middle road. Yeah,
there is no middle ground.
Yep.
So
you're right. Yep.
That's why, to me, that Raiders game was important, because if they showed me that they have fight and they were going to play, then I now know that if this team can work out some of its kinks and get a little healthy and get that running game going to playoffs, nobody's beating them.
Oh,
nobody.
Here's one of the beautiful things about the bird section too, Philly, is that it's not all Eagles fans. You know what I'm saying? I got some Detroit fans, I got 49er fans, I got Green Bay fans, and a few of them, you know what I'm saying, told me, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, they agree. If we get our shit together, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like someone asked, who did I think was our biggest competition in the NFC? And I said the Rams. You know what I'm saying? And I said but here's the thing though. If I had to go to LA to play the Rams, I wouldn't want to go with any other team but this one, because I know they're gonna have a ball out there. You don't like the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to sweep, because we'll see if we are clicking on all cylinders come the end of the season. Shit,
I know. Yeah, it's bad for them.
Shit.
Bad.
And I'm not saying it, and I'm not saying this because I think we are that. No, look, my man Fell said something so important. He said what bothers him is that people think you could just drop anybody in there and that's how it go. They are not accounting for the years it took for the Philadelphia Eagles to cultivate what we got. 90% of those players were drafted by the Eagles. Right. And there's other. And when you see examples and stuff like that, for example, bro, every time when most recently, when Detroit played Los Angeles, and the game was over, Matthew Stafford went over and half the fucking team came over and hugged him and was all around him and everything like that. Mm-hmm. That's still Matthew Stafford's team. Okay?
Okay. Interesting.
Nobody from LA was like that with Jared Goff.
With Goff.
And he went to the Super Bowl. He don't know them like that no more. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Saquon and the game is over against the Giants, half that fucking team comes over to speak to Saquon. Half that's still his team. I'm not saying that shit because I'm trying to be a troll and all that other shit. No. Like, do you not understand how the fuck this? Like, are you seeing what we seeing? Right. You gotta account for that. You don't. Dak and them ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened when they played Green Bay. Half the team came over to talk to Micah.
Horse, yeah.
That's Micah's team. And and the same thing with Kenny with Green Bay too. Them dudes was there.
Yeah. Well, when the Cowboys trade Dak this offseason, when they trade him this offseason, we're going to see how they react to him then, because Mark's going to be upset because I think it could happen.
Where do you think he's going to go?
Yeah, I keep thinking about that, man.
Yeah,
I think he could end up. I think he could end up in Indianapolis. Because I'm not sold on Daniel Jones long term there. Who's their quarterback?
Yeah.
And they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Yeah. Shane Steichen knows them.
Shane Steichen knows them.
Yeah.
But if I'm Dallas, I think I'm trading them. Because what do you think? I mean, in all seriousness, if you look at Dallas and what they're doing, right? You trade Micah Parsons. When you trade him, And I know you brought in Williams and stuff, but you got all those picks. You're building for by the time those picks work out, let's say they do, it's a few years down the road. He's got one more year, maybe one more year before the decline starts. I would trade him right now at maximum value if I were the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow,
that would be actually very smart.
Wow. Now after this season is when, so shut him down. Shut him down.
What do you need to play for? What's he playing for?
Shut him down.
You know, I'm telling you, I know exactly what's going to happen. He's going to go out and play good against the Chargers, and then Mark's going to go, see, guys, Dak Prescott, he went out and did you see what he did to the Chargers? The Eagles didn't do that against the Chargers. And it's like, dude, there was no pressure on him. All the pressure for the rest of the year is now off of him, right? Because he blew it. He blew it. When pressure matters, he chokes. Huh?
You know, it's interesting because me and Fells was talking about this last night. And was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. And we were saying, you know, what you need to be doing is you need to be thinking fire sale, like, you know, think about what you're going to keep, core group of guys, and then you need to start figuring out what you can get for whatever you can. I said I thought that next year was going to be his best last chance. You know because after next year, you know what I'm saying, then that contract of his becomes a hindrance. You know what I'm saying? And so do him a solid because he has a no trade clause. So do him a solid and tell him what you're trying to do, and then approve. Tell him, you know, like we want him. We don't want you here no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we'll hook you up. You want to go to Indianapolis? That's a built to win right now team.
That's what I was thinking. And that's where he's got to go.
Yep. And if you put him in, he would instantly have a shot at winning the Super because he's walking in on the Ferrari.
He would choke it away at the end of the day, but I still think he would lose at the end of the day because I like I said, I think that's his great kryptonite. I don't think he can win when the pressure gets big. Yeah.
Pressure. Yeah. And all we need to do, that's the other reason why I speak with the supreme confidence in which I do, because that's another reason too, Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All we need to do is just get Jalen to the playoffs. He plays his absolute best football in the playoffs.
Right. The more pressure on him,
the better.
The more that he gets ripped by the media and stuff, he rises to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gets caught up in, well, he's not throwing 30 touchdowns and he's only throwing 15 times in the game and he can't make this, throw that. And all that is bullshit. You know, it's like, oh, little things. Okay, it matters to a certain point. However, you know, I would rather have a quarterback who has, you know, maybe isn't the greatest passer in the world, but man, when the game's on the line and the games get bigger, he shows up.
Well,
I'd take that any day.
Let me tell you something. There's a channel member named Theo. He's a Detroit Lions fan, and a channel member named Fells. He's an Eagles fan who actually lives in Philly. He's in Philly. Okay.
Really on your screen? All those people that have been on there, man. Shout out to all you guys. I've enjoyed listening to you.
Yeah. Hey, listen. The White Mark and Cowboy fans always act like that. Never had good teams. That's a good point. And
that's the other thing.
Philly's been making that counter argument forever. But when we were talking last night, the three of them was bringing up the point, and I didn't think about this, and I wanted to know what your thoughts are. It turns out that when you have negative articles, negative interviews, negative anything on Jalen Hurts, that it actually generates more views, it generates more news, and it turns out that it looks like we didn't get hard knocks because of the Dallas Cowboys. They actually got hard knocks because of the Philadelphia Eagles. And all the negative shit that has come out, turns out it's actually ratings. That's what I was trying to say. It's actually, you get better ratings when the news is negative about Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles than anything else. If you say anything nice about them, it's not good. It's not going to generate ratings. So the reason why the NFC East got the hard knocks is not because Dallas is America's teams. It turns out it just so happens there's some negative shit that's being talked about when it comes to Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a ratings generator. We were all on the call last night. We were like, what? And it was like,
I mean, I definitely I see it in my own videos.
Really?
If there's controversy with Hurts or the Eagles lose, sometimes those videos do better than when everything's good. So it's just the way it is.
Wow.
But what are you gonna do?
I did not, and the thing is, the reason why I say that is because, again, listening to these Cowboy fans, you would think, there are things I've done, like with Warren McKee and the Eagles Collective podcast, right? We were on one night, and it turns out, just on the humble, we were like, well, how many yards does Saquon actually have? You know what I'm saying? Because we were thinking, I was like, what is he, like 4, almost 500 or whatever? And Warren pulled the shit out. He was like, dog, Saquon at 760. He was like, 760, what? Yeah. And it was like, and I was like, he gonna fuck around.
Dude, I think he's close to 1,000 right now, isn't he?
Yeah,
I know.
And I'm like, we are the best fucked up team I've ever heard of. We got 2 wide receivers that might break 1,000. We got a running back that might break 1,000.
Yeah,
and we still ain't got our shit together.
Yeah, I was working on a video, and I haven't been able to finish it yet. But it's pieces of Mark and Cilio and how they glaze Dak, and then how they talk about Hurts. So I had this idea. I said, let me go back and see what Cilio said the day after the Cowboys beat the Raiders.
Oh, God.
And he was like, did you see Dak Prescott last night? Oh, my God, that's a great quarterback. That was so – and I don't care that it was the Raiders. Oh, I have it recorded, man. I do.
No, you
shit, I'll send it to you.
Oh, you got video evidence.
I'm making a video. I played a little clip of it today. Yeah.
You know what? You do that shit, and they really.
Really,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they really.
You should hear what they say, and then when they talk about Hurts, it's like, oh yeah, well they beat the Raiders. I'm supposed to be impressed with that. Well, you were impressed with it with Dak, so why is you not impressed with it with Hurts? See, Dak is they claim the elite quarterback. So you should be less impressed with it about him than Jalen Hurts. But it just shows you that, and you've said it before, they're not on our level.
No.
They're not on our level.
No.
Because
that's true.
They actually thought that was something. And really, to me, the reason to point the video out isn't to say, ha, look at him. It's more to say the argument that we have every week about Dak and Jalen Hurts this proves that I win, that I'm right, because look how you treat him. You hold the guy who you think more of to higher standards than the guy you think less of.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
Yeah. And I love this comment here. Once Jalen wins the division on Saturday, Dak's NFC record means nothing. Jalen owns the East. He will be the first repeat division winner in over since McNabb.
Yeah, exactly.
McNabb.
That's what I always say. Like they keep talking about his division record. What has he done with it?
Yeah.
If it's so great, why haven't he repeated as division champions? Because every time it gets to pressure time, he's not the same quarterback.
Yes,
that's why.
Yes, and the thing is that I've pointed out the fact that when you look at recent history, because, to be honest with you, I don't think they've been right since San Fran. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think it took them longer to come back after between San Fran and Green Bay. They came back faster after Green Bay than I thought they would, even though that shit hurt like hell. But that second San Fran, that did them in. That did them in. And I've noticed, like even when we talk to Mark, I've noticed just how much more sinister and insensitive they've become. You know what I'm saying? And it's just and it's like once you start, I think what really upsets them is that when you put things in perspective, you know what I'm saying? Look, your way of thinking and what a winner really is and everything's from the late 1900s. Like you have no idea what it's like to be a modern era winner. You don't. You can talk all that shit. 5 is not. It's greater than 2. Yes, it is. You are absolutely right. And unfortunately, no one can even identify with you right now. No one can actually empathize with you. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Listen, kid, those young Cowboy fans, they hear 5 Super Bowls. That's all it means. But they have burned in their mind. Jalen Hurts holding up that trophy. That's imprinted in their mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different.
And at the end of the day, you're like, I always say the one thing that distinguishes us between them is that Philly, at no time do you ask questions as if you don't know who Dak is.
Right.
We've experienced Dak for 10 years, okay? As far as Cowboy fans are concerned, you have witnessed Jalen Hurts for the last 5 years.
Right.
What don't you know about? Why you act like you don't know who this dude is?
Right.
Why you still asking questions and all the other stuff? Like you bruh, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? What metrics, like what else do you need to see him do? You know what I'm saying? Because you see him do a lot of things that Dak ain't do in 10.
No.
In half the time.
Right.
Think about this, Philly. Dak Prescott came out in the same draft as Carson Wentz. What in the do you realize how much shit has happened with us?
I know.
in the 10 years.
I know.
In the team. Look at what Dak has witnessed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you think about it, in the last 20 years, they've only had 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know.
Dak
and they're basically the same guy.
Yeah, Dak and Tony make up 2/3 of the 30 years. And look at what happened with us. God damn.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I love Howie. Because, it's never going to be dull. They're going to be cheap. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if they don't sign Jalen Phillips, they're going to trade for Myles Garrett.
I think so.
They're going to trade for him.
I think so.
I think that's going to be their big move. I do.
I think so.
Cleveland can't keep him forever, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Yeah. Only because we can't keep everybody. You know what I'm saying? We've got and the thing is that, you know what I'm saying, Leo, did you make it to class on time today? Yes, I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Dak had a running game and 2 great wide receivers. And that's the other part too. Martin Perez he's right. They try to act as though Dak never had a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part where Fells was trying to explain. Y'all not putting, no one's accounting for the number of years that was put in to build this. And he even said that Georgia Bulldog shit was a big deal. It was much bigger than people are understanding. You know what I'm saying? And not looking at it as a whole. They think we just, okay, here you go. No. No. 90% of our, like he said, 90% of our team is actually homegrown. We drafted these people. And then look at how we're set up for next year. God damn. You know what I'm saying? And in 27, we're hooked up.
Yep. It's true. Hopefully Momo will send Mark some nice whispers about us Cowboys. Hopefully he'll send him some nice pillow. Hey, Mark, don't worry, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Cowboy fans will be all right.
That's the village fool right there. That's the village fool. And
I like Leo, but come on, man. I was listening to the stream. He was kissing them Cowboys' ass.
Oh, Momo, yeah. Oh, that's it. Momo, they laughing at you, not with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell him, man. You're a commander. You can't tell them it's okay. That's Cowboys right there.
It's okay, Mark. It's okay, and he don't even be knowing what he's talking about half the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the court jester. You know what I'm saying?
I like Momo. He wants an apology from me. I'm like, I didn't apologize. I didn't say anything wrong.
No,
he apologized. I didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah, he's look, he's learning from one of the best. He's manufacturing a controversy.
So what do you think today? Well, when I go on, what do you think, Mark? Said, I think he comes out. He's either going to come out with the drinking, or depressed, or he's going to come out. Or he's going to come out calling me. I want to call you out, Philly. If I want to talk to you, it'll be one of those two things.
It's going to be put it like this. It's going to be multiple things. I predict that. I predict it's not going to be just.
He's got to deflect. He's got to deflect early, right? He's got to try to get me on my heels early.
Yeah, so it can't be just one thing. Yeah. Like it can't be just a shirt or a prop. It's got to be a few things. Because listen, this dude has went from a damn voodoo doll to two chickens. He's got a beaver, and now he's got some rabbits. I don't know what the hell this dude is like. What's going on with this dude? But he's starting to look like the crazy dude from what's the
You're gonna be that's what the Cowboys are gonna be doing this week. Very soon. Time to go fishing in Cancun.
Yeah, that's and listen, Momo's one of Mark's biggest minions, okay? He is one of Mark's biggest minions. So if he's telling you he want to come on your page so that you can apologize to him, it's a setup. He just needs to expose you. He's trying to grow.
I like him. I told Mo, so you're getting too sensitive. I said, if I don't tease people. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, bust balls with people, you know.
Yeah, the moment he said, bring me on your page and apologize to me, I was like, oh, got you. He's trying to, He's trying to work it. He's trying to work it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Mills with the $5 super chat. I don't even know what it just says. $4.99. I appreciate the gift.
He didn't tell me anything. Shout out to Sean Mims, man.
Yeah.
Sean Mims, great Eagle fan.
Marcus Blackman said Momo is the chairman of the Peanut Factory. You damn right. Yeah, I told you. Everybody see it. Everybody know. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Really,
I'm just enjoying this. You know, like.
Oh, this is a great early.
I don't even want to argue. I just want to go on and just enjoy the backtracking and the explanation and if the Jerry Jones would get his foot out his ass, and if the defense and the defensive coordinator's got to go, and I love it. I love it.
Listen, we explained to Dan 1995 a little bit about Eagles fans so that he could understand. So to understand what not to like when you're hearing these descriptions, what it really means. For instance, the Kevin Patullo egging of the house, right? He was like, okay. I said, yeah. I said, I can tell you right now, no one from the city of Philadelphia actually did that. That was some cats from South Jersey.
Yeah,
like, really? I said, yeah. I said, people from Philadelphia don't spend their money to go fuck up some shit. That's how they do. They don't.
No,
it's very difficult to get them to spend money, which is why when they come to the link and everything like that, why they talk they shit. I better get my fucking money's worth. If we didn't get a win, I didn't get my fucking money's worth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I said people from South Jersey are the same way. It's just that they just have to be there and it's a known thing. Most Eagles live somewhere around South Jersey. As a matter of fact, I think Philly's 500 from somewhere around where them players are scattered around.
Washington Township.
Yeah,
is where I was.
So there you go. It wouldn't be surprising to be walking in a Wawa.
No, you see them all the time, and up in Hat, like they would be golf. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So did you like that? So
I agree.
So I'm telling him, I'm like, and he was like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's a regular thing. Trust me. And I said that's why when they say it's difficult to play in Philadelphia. That's why, because if they don't get their fucking money's worth, they're gonna let you know. We let you know. You know what I'm saying? And I said there are very many things. You know, I said that Broad Street bully shit and everything like that. He was like, yeah. I said, yeah, that shit is real. The motherfuckers believe that shit is real.
Yeah.
Okay. You better be here you better know how to knuckle up for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I said, yeah, Philly 500 from that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was like, Dan was like, I didn't know. I was like, yeah, trust me. And Fells was like, yeah, Leo, Dan, he right. Fells kept telling him, yeah, he right. They like that. And the people from Philly, yeah.
I knew somebody. I knew somebody when I was living in Maryland at the time, like outside DC, and they were going to Philly. And they had a car, and they had a Washington Redskins sticker on the car. And I said, "Where are you going?" I said, I'm going here, someplace South Philly, you know. But you better hide that sticker. You better hide it.
They bust the window, didn't they?
They bust the window.
Yep.
I told them. I tried to warn you.
Like, dude, like you cannot. You can't just. I get it, but it's just look. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you a punk. You know what I'm saying? It's just we're not saying you a punk. It's just that here they're gonna test it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's right, man. I don't think we don't think you egg people's. I don't think we should do that. But that's just
nobody knew. Nobody agreed.
Yeah.
But I'm like explaining to them. I'm like, look, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you right now that was not somebody from actually the city of Philadelphia. And the only reason why I know that is because in order for someone from Philadelphia to actually aid Kevin Patullo's house, you got to spend money. You got to pay a toll. You got to cross the bridge. You got to either cross the bridge or you got to take the train or whatever, but it's going to cost.
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody from is spending money to go do that.
It's probably expensive as shit. Like $5 when I used to go over.
So just so you know, and I said, so just so you know, that's a South Jersey thing. Somebody from South Jersey did that. Don't let them. Don't listen to these people and let them get you fucked up, thinking that people from here are. You got to understand.
Yeah, I mean, to me, South Jersey, in a lot of ways, is just an extension of Philly. I mean, it's
exactly.
all Philly. You know.
Yes, that's what I was trying to explain. And
I mean, most of those people lived in Philly at one point or the other and moved out. Down there.
Yes,
you know?
It's the suburbs of Philly.
Yeah,
exactly. I was telling him, I was like, dude, if you're in Camden, New Jersey, all you got to do, depending on which direction you are headed, if you look to your right, you're looking at fucking Philadelphia. If you're going south, if you look to your right, you're looking at Philadelphia. If you're walking north and you look to your left, you're looking at Philadelphia. Philadelphia is your entire fucking view.
Yeah.
It's just like Jersey City. The only difference is that if you are in New York City, you now have a view. If you're on the west side of New York City, you now got a view because of Jersey City, the way they built it up. Okay. Yeah. In Camden, in Philadelphia, you ain't got no view. You looking at Camden. Shit built.
Right.
You ain't looking at nothing. No. And he didn't understand. I said, yeah, Philadelphia is actually on the Delaware River. The Philadelphia shipyards and all that shit. Mm-hmm. You got to understand the way these people think and the way they operate, and they carry that shit to South Jersey and Delaware. That's why Joe Flacco grew up a Eagles fan.
And that's why people get pissed off at Cowboy fans from Philly area. The Cowboy fans from Philly area that have that Eagles attitude, and they try to put it on the Cowboys.
Yeah, and
so
it don't
annoying.
Work. And it don't work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Hold on. Shout out to Curtis Bailey. He said the Dak glasses is a trigger for all Cowboy fans.
Yeah, these glasses has done unbelievable damage this year. Unbelievable damage. But my man, I gotta
run.
I got 6 minutes.
Okay.
To go into the fire, and we'll see. What
does he have to come in hot on? Nothing.
He'll come in. He'll call me out or something, or he'll act depressed and want to drink.
Look, just remember, I called it 2 things. He's going to have multiple things to fuck, like multiple props. Yeah. I'm calling more than one prop.
Dude, those glasses damage. He brings props every week now because of the glasses.
Yeah, just keep them on. Just make sure they stay frozen.
I'm coming in hot with them glasses on today.
Absolutely. That's how when they pull you up, you should have them on already.
I will.
All right, brother, man.
All right, guys.
Man. We'll be talking.
All right, man.
Later.
I'll see you. All right. Peace.
Well, y'all, hey, look, I put this together at the last minute. Shout out to Linda Kynes with the $5 super chat. Hey, y'all, I am so sorry I did not read a lot of the comments and the things that y'all were saying because I knew we were going to be pressed for time. Philly wanted to jump in here and just bless us with his presence to talk right before he goes on the Dan Salio show to do his bit with Fart Holmes. So, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to just mainly make it all about him, but he is actually, y'all, a channel member of the Bird section. You know what I'm saying? So when we have our channel member call-ins, and me and him were talking about this prior to me getting on, when me and him were talking about this and we were saying, hey, I said, dog, you know what I'm saying? The link be in the link be in the chat, that's for the channel members. And he was like, bet. He was like, I'm gonna start popping in. I was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna start. So there's gonna be a lot of times when we do our channel members call in, you know what I'm saying? The likelihood that that Philly 500 will pop in and come on in. He was like, you know, I was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to start connecting with the folks within the Bird section. So if you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And if you're inclined to become a channel member, hook your boy up. You know what I'm saying? I need to get those likes up. You know what I'm saying? I need to get those channel member subs up because I'm trying to get everybody again. Y'all know what it is, all right? I'm about to listen. I want to get y'all time. I'm gonna end this right now because what I want y'all to do is on your way out, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, but also get ready because Philly 500 is about to go do his thing on the Dan Salio show. So I want to go and watch that. All right. With that, I'll see y'all later on the Bird section. Oh, peace.